Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here on BeamNG Drive. Today we are going to be, kind of finishing off the American Descent series with the American Hill Climb. We're using the same road, however, we're going to take, second, third and fourth. We're not going to take the Formula 1 car, as that is absurdly fast, but those three next cars are separated by less than a second, which means the prospect of them climbing up the hill should be quite interesting. See if there is any difference in the order. We're going to start with the RG Vortex. With the Vortex, we've got the trophy truck, and we have got the Covet V6 R4. I don't know what is going to fare best when it comes to climbing this stage, but I guess that is going to be, it's going to be an interesting one to find out. So it's going to be very strange driving this stage in the, I guess, incorrect direction here. I'm not quite sure. Oh, God. We're going to find new bumps. We're going to find new bumps. We're going to probably have new areas that are going to catch cars out. Don't know if we probably wanted second gear more through there. Christ, this thing is lively. Oh! This thing is lively and it's lost a wheel. Vortex! There's this, oh, the edge is not going to be saved from that one. Okay. We pinged a wheel off. Pretty, in fact, there it is. Pretty well pinged a wheel off. Like, there are some sections I don't really know quite how the vehicles are going to all react. Sebring. Hey! No, nearly landed it very well. Damn. There was almost an amazing roll entry into Sebring. It wasn't quite. I mean, it was an amazing roll entry, which didn't really stick the landing. Now, Kilowatt jumps. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from these. We are at least... Oh, no, we're not nicely onto here. We've just about recovered the first part of it, but... goddamn. It was a little bit carried away on the way, sort of along that straight. It's got the vehicle stuck on that edge of the wall, and that's enough to put you out of position. And we've lost a wheel again. Now, the Kilowatt jumps. The first part here is not likely to be too bad. This is where it's likely to be a little bit fiddly. Trying to get it lined up for panorama. There we go. It's nice enough with a big dollop of oversteer. That's Hammond's hairpin. All wrong. No. Okay, we're in the trees. Kilowatt jumps actually aren't as jumpy, potentially, as they are in the other direction. There are now 2 more turns to go here. No, that's way too fast. Oops. Okay, I did try and get on the brakes well, I mean, I try. I failed miserably, as the buggy is a testament to. Don't worry about the wheel. It's not important. Okay, now Daytona, probably not going to be flat out through here. I think it's a sort of tightening corner. Oh, we're not going to be flat out, no, but we also don't want to quite give it that much welly through the turn. I mean, we've never crashed a car there. It is a new one, at least. We haven't gone soaring off the cliff, which is always a bonus. Now, Daytona, don't run too far to the inside. Oh, I don't even know where I'm going for this final corner. Oh, hang on to it. No, it's not going to do it. Bugger. We were so close. There was too much speed around the final corner. It was frantically trying to keep the truck on the road, but in keeping the truck on the road, I just couldn't get it turned across for the finish line. That's actually quite nasty, trying to get it to the finish line with the, that's a buckled rear. The whole rear of the car's twisted from that one. That final corner is now really mean. Well, we've now at least experienced all of the different corners that this course has got to offer. Yeah, there are certainly some new mean ones to be contending with. We'll just have to be a little bit slower in places. I can deal with that. I can figure that one out, I think. I hope, at least. See, we've got the earlier on the brakes into Sebring. Maybe a little bit of sideways, not too much. Definitely got to be mindful with this. We can go for a little bit more sideways around some of these more technical hairpins. Just make sure we're not running wide on the exits up towards the little river crossing we go. This time, not bouncing it up onto two wheels at all, which is nice. We are already lined up for the Kilolot jumps, 1 and 2, and cross panorama. We get a little bit of airtime. Again, it's all controlled, just about all controlled anyway. We are going to fall off, I fear, at some point across panorama. That's kind of about as much as we can get away with landing it and then sorting it out for the next corner. Certainly in the buggy, we are around Daytona now. This final corner. There we are. That's more like it. Across the line we go. Well, into the caravan we go. We've done a pretty good job of punting the frame clear and I think a cabinet of some description. We have got most of the caravan still attached to us, and I'm not sure we can get it off of us somehow. Could we get the caravan? Oh, that's not quite... I mean, it's kind of worked. We've got some of the caravan off of us. Our brakes are not really enough to stop us from... No. This is another river. I don't want to play in a river. I don't want to play in a river. Can we... No, oh, we flooded it. But it made it up to the top, though. We did it. We did it with the buggy. We did get a lot of the kitchen stuck in the front of the buggy, and then we fell off the mountain. But it made it there, and that is going to be, whatever that time might be, the target time for the following vehicles. We move from an off-road racing buggy to a, well, full-on Group B rally car, the Covet V6 R4. Now, the one that I did run down the hill was not turbocharged. However, seeing as this is a swan song to this particular course, why not have a go with the twin-turbo rally spec? So it's going to be fast. Very fast. Designed to deal with bumps, to deal with some rallying. Oh, first gear is apparently a lot longer than I was expecting. It's bloody hell. Okay, it's very fast. It's very, very quick. A little bit uncontrollable. Basically, I'm not sure the turbos were a good thing on a course like this. They're kind of like an on-off switch for power, and an on-off switch for power when you... Jeez, that's going very, very fast. At least there is some... Oh, no. On-off switch for power, bad. Like, I could get away with some short shifting, and I did a lot in the buggy. In this, you short shift, and you have nothing. There's no go at all. And then suddenly the turbo's kicking in, and it's instant death machine. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. That was maybe a little bit slow on the way in, although, again, we've got away with it. I don't know what we're going to do over the Kilolot jumps in this at all. All we're going to do is go for a very, very big spin. We're going for a very big spin, and that's bad news for the Covet. Ow. That just, like, buckled the whole sort of rear of the car. Oh, treed. I don't think we still work. There is amazingly some movement. What wheel's spinning? Yeah, one of the rear wheels is actually still working. Otherwise, that's a pretty wrecked Covet. That is a pretty wrecked Covet indeed. Well, we're going to definitely have to be a bit mindful of those Kilolot jumps if just for getting the car twitchy. Oh, that's a... I mean, I'll never do that as well again. That was pure luck with a tiny, tiny little bit of control when I realised where we were heading, and I got excited and have fallen off the edge of the map again. I mean, I'll just edit that bit in, and that'll go into the final run, and because that was cool. We'll ignore the falling off of the hairpin part, I think. When those turbos, when they spool up, that's when we've got issues. Oh, I'm never stopping that. Christ, that's going to have to be really slow across there. I think I'm going to have to just not get airtime across. This was the sort of issues I was expecting more from the Kilolot jumps. We didn't really have it with the buggy. Oh, and now there's some fire. We're going to not have to get airtime, I don't think. The kind of landing in such a tiny space that we have to correct, to sort the vehicle out for the next bit, I think we just have to be slower. Oh, we got a little bit of a twitch up towards Hammond's hairpin. Might have actually got away with that amazingly well. An unintentional Scandinavian flick just went on through Hammond's hairpin. No, Daytona. No, 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 no! It was going so well. Oh, it was going so well, and I was at, well, 3 miles an hour too fast, 4 miles an hour too fast. I mean, the car is actually okay. It's just stuck on some trees. Still not an easy one. It's still going to snap sideways on you when you least expect it. You've got to be very, very careful over here, which we have not been. Ah, God damn it. That bloody jump. I thought I was slow enough to get away with that, but we bounced around, and once it's bounced around, you've just not got any time to recover it. It was a good roll. I'll give it that. A good roll, nevertheless. It is safe to say, you might have figured out by now, I'm not particularly enjoying this car. It's a fun vehicle to drive, and it is a very, very fast one. It's the unpredictability of the Covet that I am having issues with. I've just about figured out how I can, you know, manage the car, manage that power delivery, but all it takes is a tiniest little bit of something somewhere to upset the car. It gets very twitchy and very snappy when it is upset, and that's not an ideal thing on a course like this, where margin for error is tiny, and, well, large drops either side, mistakes pretty damn costly. That was a poor run through there. I got to the point of not really caring. I got to the point of just trying to survive, and we have made up a lot of time through the kill-a-lot jumps. That was maximum bravery, and it somehow worked. Again, I will probably never do the kill-a-lot jumps as well as that again in this car. Down to first for the hairpins, spin the wheels, but at least get some power going eventually. Through a Daytona we head with one more corner to go. Is it going to be that corner sideways? Yes. Can we line it up for the run to the finish line? We can. Through the caravan we go. Managed to rupture the fuel tank in all of that. However, we did somehow make it. Yeah, the corner by the waterfall was a little bit shonky. We then made up all of the time with an amazing run through the kill-a-lot jumps that I don't think I could ever repeat. It just, the bouncing happened to go our way, which is very rare. Very rare indeed. Oh, we have got ourselves free from the caravan. Oh, all of the steering is very dead. I knew one wheel was dead, didn't realise the other side was dead as well. Yeah, all of the steering is very, very dead in this car. Terrifyingly quick is my verdict of the the V6 R4. Whether that's going to translate into a stage time or not, I'm not sure. Could do. Oh, it's just going to burst into... That's fine. There's nothing terribly wrong has gone on here. And finally, we have got the RG Trophy. Again, another big, powerful, all-wheel drive, off-road orientated racing vehicle here. Now, this is an interesting one in terms of its, well, its kind of suspension characteristics. It is nowhere near as lively as the Vortex or the V6 R4. However, very, very soft suspension. The front wheel often not quite picking up the ground, but gets quite close. It does, yeah, wiggle its wheels around in the air quite easily, and that unloaded suspension is a little bit of an interesting thing to work with, potentially. No big old turbos on this, although, that's another... Okay, we've clonked a lot of walls. In fact, I actually bent the steering in, I think, in that final clonk. Got to be a little bit more cautious on the exit of corners. We're kind of just understeering off into walls at the moment. So yeah, that's a very nice thing to very nice attributes to have. Oh god damn! I thought we were going to be able to line that one up. We really could not. That was so close. I didn't realise it was so bumpy on the outside there. Okay, I mean that was me being quite brave with the truck. I'll be honest. Almost paid off, but those bumps are too much on the outside. Yeah, it's so much more composed than everything else that has gone today, and we can get away with more airtime. We can get away with being more aggressive across the bumps, across the jumps, than you could in those other cars. That I can't get the bloody hairpin right. I am certainly glad that I chose to run the trophy truck last in this, as, well, this is quite a nice change. It's quite a refreshing change from the previous two lunatic machines. While it is, of course, still very, very fast. You know, do not forget, this is still a very, very fast vehicle. It's so much more composed, it's so much more controllable than we had from the Covet. Yeah, I have no doubt the Covet and the Vortex would be quicker than this in terms of acceleration, and technically they would be faster vehicles, but power is so much more accessible. And when you're on a course like this, a very, very rough course, a very technical course and so on, that accessible power is very, very useful. Although we are in... No, we're not... I thought we were in a spot of bother going over panorama. We had got the grip to control it all nicely. Under brakes for Hammond's hairpin we go. Just 2 more turns for our trophy truck, and we're not going to expect it to be Larian sideways through the turns either. Up towards this final corner we go. It is nicely controlled. I forgot to reset the caravan, but it is across the line. We'll eat the caravan there and set fire to everything. That's actually quite an impressive set fire to our truck. Never set fire to the trophy truck before, but there we go. That's definitely a well and truly dead caravan. I'm liking the truck. That was much nicer to drive up the mountain. Much nicer, much more composed. Perhaps not as outrightly quick. It probably would have got to as high a top speed in those acceleration zones, but the composure, the speed that it could take, the average speed essentially, likely to be higher, I feel, with the trophy truck. Very curious to see how these 3 will have stacked up. So on to our leaderboard, and victory would go the way of the Covet, 1 minute 9.6. Up the mountain would see it the fastest of the lot. The Vortex would take second, with the trophy truck a very, very close third. Interesting, it is a complete reverse result of the actual, or the downhill section. The trophy truck coming second in the downhill section, with a Covet in 4th. I think perhaps, or certainly the Covet with the twin turbos, that power is a lot. Now, that makes it very, very difficult to drive, but when you get things right, it does make it unbelievably fast. And when you are climbing up the hill, having that little bit of extra grunt is certainly helpful. It is faster in a number of places in that trophy truck. I thought the trophy truck might be able to sneak it from the consistency, but it is by far and away the nicest vehicle to drive up here, but perhaps not quite as outrightly fast. The Vortex is, well, I mean, somewhere in between them. It's quite a twitchy bugger, but a little bit easier to drive than the Covet. Yeah, it's still very close. Funnily enough, between these 3, it is still very, very close going up the mountain as it was going down the mountain. That, though, is going to be it for this video, and it is indeed going to be it for the American Descent Rally stage. Thank you very much for watching. I shall, as ever, link all mods used in the description, so you can download them, have a go with them yourself. But until next time, goodbye.